Well, hello there. I have a bit of a project today that involves some shovel work, and fortunately there were some kids that were willing to help me and I didn't have to do the digging myself. The reason I had to do the digging is because none of the toilets are working in the shop. Actually, none of the plumbing is working in the shop because it's got nowhere to go.
Buckle up for safety as I give you a day in the life of online. No, not online. I'm actually there. Facilities maintenance.
If this area looks familiar to you, it's because I've been here before. A couple of seasons ago, I had to dig out and expose this clean out here.
Actually, can we roll tape? Yeah, okay, good. Alright, so here it is. Here's where I had to dig away, and I had to go deep. I also had my own version of a tea ceremony. Chunks. Eventually I found the culprit. It was a water bottle that somebody had filled with rocks, and it went all the way down to the bend.
And I've got a similar situation over here. There's another clean out here. Now fortunately this one is way shallower. Somebody, who shall remain nameless, has broken the top off of this one, and they've shoved bits of concrete down there and plugged it up. Now, the nice thing about this one is I don't have to go nearly so deep to get to it. Nobody's used the plumbing or toilets in the building for a couple of days, and so hopefully, unlike that other one down there, where I literally had to bail out the sewage water, we'll call it, from the line in order to get down to where I needed to go to remove the obstruction. This one should be reachable. What I am going to do different this time though, because I don't want to keep coming back to this, is I am going to shorten these so that they are below grade, and then I am going to make an indication on the wall that will tell me, for instance, here, a little sign or plate on the wall down there that will say CO for clean out, 15 inches, or however far that center of that clean out happens to be from the edge of the wall. And that way, anybody who needs to access the clean out will be able to locate it and just with a little bit of scratching get to it. But the top won't be exposed for people to come along and damage it and throw stuff into the pipe.
Oh, if smells could only translate to video. Blue Man Group. And the reason I'm not cutting this off down here where the inner pipe is, and I'm actually cutting over part of the coupling here, is because I need to keep as much of this exposed as possible. So I'm cutting here, and then I will break this off in the hopes that I can use as much pipe here, because I'm going to put my new clean out lid right at this point, so it'll be underground. shoe, don't touch my shoe. We have a backup issue here. I brought my regular toilet auger out, so hopefully the obstruction is right here. Let's find out.
Okay, two things. One, there is no obstruction right at this TY here, even though I was pulling concrete chucks out of here. Two, water is still backing up. We call it water because we're polite.
It's the smell.
It's still backing up, which means there's lots of water in the system that's flowing to this point, and that water is not getting down there. So I have about 40-45 feet till the next clean out point there, and I have an auger that'll run out 50 feet. So I'm gonna have to go in and get my big auger and run it through here. I've just messaged the shop teacher. I've just messaged the shop teacher. Try and say that fast 10 times. I've just messaged the shop teacher.
I have just messaged the shop teacher
And asked him to discourage any of the students from running any taps at all in the building, because anything that's entering the system is pushing the effluent that's already in the pipes out through the top of this opening. Since things are not obviously draining away, that tells me that the blockage is on that side of my TY here. So I'm going to take my auger and start running it down the line, and hopefully clear a blockage along the way. Technically, the tip that I have on here is a little on the small side. It may not also be the right tip depending on what kind of blockage I run into, but I do have options. I'll end up switching the tip here eventually to one that looks more like a claw. It's designed to cut through things better. And I should know that I've hit money when that water in the pipe, which is actually effluent, disappears on me. Different gloves. I got too many things hanging off of these ones now to catch. Well, that's the end of the line. It's 50 feet. That'll take me all the way to the next cleanup. Wanting to verify things, I pulled my auger out of the line without recoiling any of it back into the spool. It must be a 75-foot spool, because this is where I ended up. Here's my other clean out right here. So I'm well beyond that. All the way out here. Which here should take me to the point of intersection between the main line that is exiting the school and running out to the road out there. So I will coil this back in, and then before I do that, I'm going to oil it. It gets really rusty just sitting in there, so I'm going to give it a good spray down with maybe just even some WD-40 before I coil that back in, and then I'll try it from this location here. I hope not, but I think we might have a bigger issue going on here than just a blocked line on the back of the shop here. Yes, I had to repair that clean out because somebody stuffed it full of concrete, but it actually wasn't the concrete that was blocking the flow from the shop here. The concrete was just blocking the clean out access, but it wasn't actually preventing the system itself from working. Very interesting. Maybe it's at the intersection here where these two lines meet and head out there. I do not know at this point.
Well, before I move on to the next one, I figured I might as well clean up this business while I'm here. I've got this other piece off of here. That's it laying right there, and I've taken some sandpaper and just scuffed this up a little bit to try and clean this edge. And now what this primer is doing is just prepping the surface for glue. PVC is different than ABS. ABS is just a one-step process. But if you want a good glue joint with PVC, you primer first and then you glue. So this is my threaded end that I'm going to glue onto here. I'm not going to film this part because I need both hands. I'm going to apply glue to this side. I'm going to apply glue down there, and then I'm going to slip that on, giving it a slight twist as I put it on just to make sure there's an even spread of the glue all the way around. I say glue, but it's actually more of a cement. It's fusing the two pieces of plastic together. And I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. That'll set up nice and strong. And yeah, I can cap that now. But at this point, I'm going to leave it open first because I want to go back down now to that other clean out, open that up and run my augers through there, and hopefully remove whatever blockage is in the way. And when I do that, I'll be able to visually see good flow going through here. And I'm just going to throw this in here loosely for now. Huh. I can hear water running. I'm going to go inside and maybe turn on a tap at the risk of, with the lid on the other one in place, I want to see if this erupts.
Well, I took this one out at least 50 feet, which would bring me way into the main line. So my blockage is not from here to the main line. It just can't be. And if I listen at the top of this pipe, I can hear water trickling through. So which means that spade bit that I had on the end there, I may have punched through what was in there and then just pulled back through, and it didn't really clear the blockage. Just went through it and came back again, and then it sort of healed itself. And the trickling that I'm hearing may be water slowly trickling through the blockage. So I'm going to try one more time from the spot up there, the first spot I went at, with a different bit on the end, more of a tree cutter bit that's designed for, say, roots and whatnot, even though there's no roots in here. But I'll see what it does. I'm afraid that there's stuff down in the line. If there's like rocks and gravel and whatnot down there, that's I might have to bring somebody in with a camera and or like a pressurized water system to flush the line out.
Once more into the breach. Well, you might not be able to see it, but we are getting some flow. The water level has dropped in the pipe, and whatever it was, I've broken through it. So now I feel secure enough to go inside and turn the water on and let things start flushing while I continue to do this.
I kept stopping myself from going in and turning on the water previously, even though I wanted to do that, for fear that if I didn't get to the blockage in time, things would start backing up inside. And then I'd just be creating more work for myself. But I think we're okay now. I definitely saw things starting to flow in that pipe. And so we're through the blockage, at least partially. And my sink of choice is going to be this one over here. This is a really short run to the hot water tank. And yeah, I'm just going to start running really hot water into the system and watch that flush. So, nothing yet, but yeah, I'm gonna get going with this auger again some more and continue to massage the inside of the pipe. Okay, two things. I'm starting to see water flow through the pipe, and I'm starting to see steam come out of the pipe, which tells me that the hot water that I'm running into the tap in the shop has made it this far, and I think we're good. Lifesaver right there.
And that, my friends, is what a clean sewer pipe looks like.
And as mentioned, the cleanout is now below grade, 16 inches from the wall. Out of sight, out of mind.